they understand it's a privileged position. It doesn't matter in terms of where you are in the WSL. One, humility, and ensure that we give everything we can to this club.
Well, Natalia, what are we saying about today? Is it a case of if you win, you can start looking up the table rather than over your shoulder?
Well, what we are thinking is in using the good feeling that we got from last weekend and try to build momentum, try to break our bad momentum, so go back to the winning feeling. That's the only thing we are thinking, and what we won. We are ready. We had a good week, and we are planning just to get the 3 points back to Birmingham, and from there, let's see. But yeah, of course, our ambitions are to finish the season as strong as possible, and to do so, we need wins, and we are here, with big ambitions.
What were the parts from that draw against Man City last week that you want to see the team do again today?
Well, how solid we were, how clear we were following our game plan. So yeah, let's see if we are so committed to the plan. It will be repeating some pages and adding some new slides to that. But yeah, I expect the team to show the same desire and the same confidence that we were able to show against the best team in the competition. So it's another scenario, another game. But yeah, I expect the team to follow the plan and to hold this tension and this good competitive level for 90 minutes. That's what we need to do.
Rick Passmore and Natalia Arroyo with Joe Curry ahead of kick-off then. And today, I'm delighted to say I'm joined on a co-coms today with the Wales and Crystal Palace defender Josie Green. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, thanks for having me.
What are you expecting for this game then? Because both these teams have kind of struggled, but Leicester City especially at the bottom of the table, it has not been their season.
Yeah, I mean, the main problem has been at the top end of the pitch for Leicester, and they've really struggled to score and create goals consistently. So, I mean, they do have spells at times, but they've been without a win since last year, and they need to start turning these spells in games into results. And when you're not scoring goals, everything does feel harder as a player, and you do end up forcing things. So I think they just have to take things back to basics today.
And a lot of injuries for them too. There's 3 academy youngsters on the bench. It's going to be a little bit tough for them today against an Aston Villa side who had a good performance against the league leaders at the weekend.
Absolutely. You know, the lack of depth is going to have an impact on them, and when you're struggling for consistency and you lose players, it does disrupt the rhythm of your team, and it's harder to build those relationships on the pitch, and that's important. But Aston Villa, yeah, they'll be looking to build on last game, and hopefully they can take that performance into today if they do.
They've also had a little bit of a striker problem, Aston Villa, with no Rachel Daly being injured. She's not featured today either. So maybe not expecting too many goals today.
Well, I watched the last game against Man City, and they were really impressive in that first half. Kirsty Hansen did act as that number 9, and she's got all the attributes to make things happen for them up there. She can hold the ball up. She's really dangerous in behind with those runs. So I think she will cause some really big problems for them today if she starts up there in the number 9 position as well.
Well, we can have a look at how these two sides line up then. And for the home side, Leicester City, 3 changes following their disappointing defeat to Liverpool last weekend. Sarah Mayling misses out. She's ineligible against her parent club. So January signing Emma Janssen comes into the defence alongside Chantal Swaby. There's also a return to the starting lineup for Missy Goodwin, her first start since coming back from injury. And leading the line as ever is their top goal scorer, Shannon O'Brien, with 4 goals this season. For the visitors this afternoon, Aston Villa, it's an unchanged side for Natalia Arroyo after holding Manchester City last weekend to a goalless draw. Arsenal loanee Jenna Neiswanger keeps her place. Out wide, Kirsty Hansen and Chastity Grant continue to lead the attack, both going close last weekend. And it's a milestone moment for Noelle Moritz, who makes her 100th league appearance today. So a big game at the bottom of the table for Leicester City. It feels like a bit of a must-win for them. A win today, and it would scrape them off the bottom of the table, Josie. It's a big day for them.
It is a big day for them. They've got, as it stands before this game, 2 games in hand. So if they win this game, that really puts them in the mix and gets them within touching distance of the teams above them. I think that's going to be really important for them today to try and find a way to win no matter what, to get them within touching distance. Otherwise, that gap can just keep going wider.
And we saw some shots there. Shannon O'Brien, their top goal scorer, 4 goals to her name. She's going to be important leading the line for them.
Yeah, absolutely. She's a player I've played with. She's so tenacious, loves to get the ball at her feet, drive and dribble at players, and she'll be a player that they'll be looking to turn to today to make something happen for them. Like you've said, she's scored a couple goals for them and created something in previous games, which is where they've been lacking. So I think that she's a player that they'll turn to today.
And Lucia Kendall for Aston Villa, that pinpoint last weekend, trying to keep them. It was a goalless draw, but she was vital. And the referee today, seeing out this Barclays Women's Super League clash, is Stacey Pearson, as we look to get underway at the King Power. And it will be Leicester City who get us off and underway first. For Natalia Arroyo, promising signs last weekend. She'll want to see the same, but the ball in the back of the net, I'm sure, too. And the former Aston Villa player, Alicia Lehmann, stands over this as we wait for kickoff. Here we go then, off and underway at the King Power. Leicester against Aston Villa, a huge 3 points on the line. Leicester looking to scrape off the bottom. A win today would do that, and Aston Villa wanting to do one better and start looking up the table. As it's with Nijswonga, the Arsenal loanee. The referee wants to play that back though. And for Rick Passmore, the Leicester City manager, I mean, a tough job for him coming in this season, trying to keep them in the Women's Super League, but difficult for him, Josie.
Yeah, absolutely. I was listening to his press conference before the game, and he was, you know, saying about how they need to bring a bit of fight and a bit of desire to this game today, and really win their duels and their 1v1s. But yeah, he's had a tough start and a tough last few games. Like I said, they haven't had a win since December, so it'll be something they're looking to turn around today.
Yeah, they've lost each of their last 5 WSL games, their worst run since a 10-game losing streak back in 2022. And it's the longest run, of course, of Rick Passmore's WSL career. Kendall. And back with Nijswonga. Taylor. And Patton wearing a mask today after last weekend got a nasty ball to the face from her own teammate inside the box.
That's not nice. That is, had a couple of them.
Did you ever wear a mask?
I have, yep, broken nose a couple of times.
Does it kind of put you off, do you think, playing?
It does restrict your peripheral vision a little bit, yeah. It's not nice, and gets a bit sweaty under there too.
Nice. Natalia Arroyo watching on from the sidelines. Again, promising performance last weekend against the league leaders. Nobody was really expecting them to pick up a point in that game. But come into today with full of confidence. Patton. Grant wins that throw. An unchanged squad as well for Arroyo today, Josie. I mean, if there's no problems, you don't really have to fix it.
Absolutely, and the way they started last game was so bright, positive, full of energy, and they really caused Man City some problems in that 0-0 draw. So they'll be looking to do the same again today. So it's no surprise that she hasn't changed her team today.
The referee's going to pull that back. Thibaut. You've played with a lot of these players, Josie. How do you think they're feeling in a bit of a nervy time at the bottom end of the table?
It is. I think as a player, when you're struggling for form, it does put pressure on your performance, and it can make you rush things, overthink things. And I think that's maybe what we've seen a couple times for Leicester in that final third, maybe making the wrong decision, because they are under a lot of pressure to perform and get results.
Tierney crossing in a nice ball there, straight to the gloves of Robot, but early pressure from Leicester has gone, and Swaby clears that. So Leicester, as it stands, 2 points from safety. West Ham above them after that heavy defeat for them at the Emirates yesterday. Kendall into Guerin. Jean-Francois.
You can see Aston Villa here really trying to control possession and switch the ball from side to side, and Leicester have sat into this low block, and as we can see, Aston Villa are really trying to move them out of shape and create some pockets of space.
Hansen gets away, fires the cross off and punched away by Leipzig. Still alive here though for Aston Villa. Hansen again. And cleared from danger by Thibaut, but you feel maybe she could have gone for the strike there.
Absolutely, but that's what Hansen brings. She brings that directness, the runs in behind, pinpoint cross, and just Leipzig just got her fist to it there. But great play from Hansen down that left-hand side.
Caused Manchester City a lot of problems last weekend. Well, I'm not sure whether that ball is...
It's questionable, isn't it?
Well, it's swung in anyway. Punched away again. And out for another corner. Featured in every WSL game this season. Janina Leipzig. Wilms. This time it's over the heads of everyone, headed back into danger, and it's too soft and easy for Leipzig.
I've played with Janina, and she's just brilliant at plucking those crosses out the air, so Aston Villa are going to really have to try and keep that ball away from them when they get it in the box in the corners to be effective.
Parker and Roebuck. O'Brien to Janssen, new January signing for Leicester, Emma Janssen. Bit of a doubt heading into today amongst their other injuries. But she does make the starting 11. And an experienced head, Ashley Neville. Someone you've played with, Josie, at Tottenham.
Yeah, she'll be looking to bring her experience and leadership into this team today. And I know she's a player that really works hard and is tenacious and loves to be aggressive and on the front foot. That's a massive part of her game, so I'll be looking forward to seeing how she does today.
It's interesting, the January signings Leicester have had. Rachel Williams among them, who is on the bench today. A lot of experience brought into this young side.
Yeah, they've got Ashley Neville, Rachel Williams, like you said. Alicia Lehman's got WSL experience in there too. So you'll be hoping, as a Leicester player, to rely on some of these players to bring that experience, that they've maybe been in these positions before and know how to deal with these types of pressures, especially going in towards the business end of the season now with only a few games left. You can just see here Hannah Kane making that run. Just got absolutely flattened in behind there by Taylor. So it's free kick to Leicester in quite a good position. So hopefully they can make something of this.
Yeah, they've got to take these moments, Leicester. So Sam Tierney, the captain, will take it. Tierney goes for the goal. It's just over. Confidence from her, though.
It's worth a try, I think, from the outside of the box there, if get a shot on early.
Just over. Knows this team very well. Nearly 150 appearances for the club. Roebuck. Tierney. Nicely weighted over. Here is Goodwin. And Wilms defends well.
I really like how Leicester City are setting up from the goal kicks here. They're really starting high and making Ellie Roebuck go long and really trying to win those first and second balls. And it was what Rick Passmore was talking about in his press conference before the game. Can they win those first and second duels and be more aggressive, which is what I think we're seeing in the first 10 minutes here from Leicester.
Yeah, and high intensity there. Patton forcing it out for a throw-in. Slightly frustrated. Ayo. Lehman wins it back. Can't quite get their footing right. And now a foot race down the far side and back with Thibault. And the crowd like that.
It's a bright spell for Leicester City at the moment, and it's positive to see their Shannon O'Brien, for example, running in behind, and you have those runners and playing in Aston Villa's half. So I think they'll be pleased with how they've started so far.
Good ball again down that right-hand side from O'Brien. Lehman. Goodwin does well. Forced off though by Kendall. Patton. And Parker. Niswanger. Straight to the path of Ashley Neville.
Just need to take care there in those forward passes. It really makes a difference when, as you win it back, you then can make it stick and make those first 2-3 passes to get out of pressure and try and create something maybe on the other side to exploit Aston Villa.
A shove in the back by Hansen on Sam Tierney.
She gets a lot of fouls, does Sam Tierney, in the game. Very good, knows where the pressure's coming from.
27 years old, Sam Tierney. What is she like as a captain?
Well, I've never been playing under her as a captain, but I know as a player she's someone that likes to lead, set examples, and she likes to drive standards, so I can see it as a role that she really just does fit on into.
Lehmann now on the attack. Shirts flooding back for Leicester. Good win. Can't quite keep that in. But the right idea from Leicester, they've started well.
Absolutely, you can see it's coming down the left and the right-hand side. They're trying to slip some balls through and try and find that space that Aston Villa are leaving in behind. And it's a start I think they will be happy with.
Lehmann, of course, formerly of Aston Villa. 75 appearances for them, 14 goals. As it's back with Jean-Francois and Nijswanga. Forcing Villa back, high pressure from Leicester.
Yeah, I like how patient they're being here and just letting Aston Villa have it around the back and choosing their moments when to go and try and trap them down one side and win it back. But as you can see, they nearly wriggled away here, Villa.
Possession falling in favour of Aston Villa so far, but really it feels like Leicester have had the better of the attacks, better of the chances.
I think this is something we expected to see, Aston Villa being dominant, more dominant in possession and really trying to look and find the right times to find those spaces in between Leicester's defence and midfield.
Another throw for Leicester. Patton clearing the danger once more. Lehmann. Ale. No ball into O'Brien. Wants to spot the run of Lehmann. Plucked out well by Villa. Nijswanga.
See Leicester City just setting up in a mid-block here, waiting for the right chance to pounce and press. And you can see the defence of Leicester City are on the front foot at the moment, and they're really trying to make Kirsty Hansen not get in the game and try and nick the ball off her feet, and it's something that's working for them so far.
Nice work from Ashley Neville, and now here is Lehmann. Looking for some support in the box, Lehmann. Plucked out by Parker. Vital interception, still fighting for it though, Lehmann.
Yeah, that's a great block by Parker there. Something that you want your centre-backs to do when you're facing that situation, to stand up, be strong and win the ball back.
The Leicester fans know how important 3 points is for them today. It would scrape them off the bottom of the table. What is it like playing in the King Power, Josie?
It's gorgeous, really excellent pitch. Credit to the ground staff and the people there, and the fans that do come, you can hear them. They do make it loud and they make an atmosphere of it. It's a big stadium, but you can hear them when you're playing. So it's a lovely stadium to be able to play at week in, week out as well.
Yeah, the home of Leicester City women. Roebuck, no chances, boots that up the pitch. Neville. Swaby. Thibaut. Neville. Slightly the wrong pass there by Hannah Kane.
You can see the idea and what she was trying to do, but it's just the execution and being on the same page as who you're playing with.
Wilms spots the run of Chastity Grant. Wilms again, forward to Kendall. Nizwanga. Jean-Francois, now Aston Villa. Want to play of attack, what can they do? Create some pressure.
Yes, Shan. Time, relax, pass.
Leipzig. And guarded all the way back by Parker. Here's Taylor.
Lovely turn there by Taylor. Just got herself, let the ball run across her body, and technique like that really helps you speed up the play to get it in the final third rather than taking a touch which could slow it down. That was a lovely turn.
Jean-Francois, chip up, headed away by Janssen. An opportunity hit for Grant. Her strike is blocked immediately. Here's Lehman. And Leicester will clear up field and clear any sight of danger.
Yeah, that was a near opportunity, but Leicester had a lot of bodies there in front of the goal, so not a sight of goal, but a good block in the end.
Patton.
There you are, Sham. Good.
Parker. Into Nizwanga.
Brilliantly trapped there by Hannah Kane. You could see Ashley Neville was out of position and she covered that space to make sure that Aston Villa couldn't get in behind, so that was lovely there.
Jean-Francois, Nizwanga, who struggled for minutes at Arsenal. She's on loan at Aston Villa from her parent club. She's kind of finding her feet in Birmingham. Started the last game too.
Had a really strong game last game, Nizwanga, and she'll be looking to build on that today and trying to find some form for her team and solidifying that left-back position.
Swaby.
Good.
A miscommunication there between Ale and Lehman. But it is promising signs for them, and Rick Passmore.
Yeah, I think they're looking to not concede in this first half and create as many chances as they can, and they've definitely reduced Aston Villa's chances, and they had that one in behind with Kirsty Hansen early on, but since then there's not been too much from them, so I think that's something that they'll be looking to do, is be compact and tight and defensively sound at the beginning of this game.
You have to go.
How much really can you hear on the sidelines? Because there's a lot going on at the minute. But when you're on the pitch, what are you listening to? What are you hearing?
To be honest, for me, I just zone out and try and focus on my processes and what I'm doing on the pitch.
Well played.
Grant, offside flag goes up. Rick Passmore likes that. We can hear him on the touchline.
But this is particularly loud.
Louder in our ears, potentially, than the players on the pitch. Headed on by Leicester. Now a good opportunity for them. Smothered by Roebuck. But Goodwin was lurking there. Almost got to that loose ball.
Yeah, Ellie Roebuck there. She had a clean sheet last game. She's got such elite level experience. Really comfortable there coming out and got the ball away from Missy Goodwin.
Grant, nice flick on. Here is Kendall. Moritz.
Bounce in front of you. Stay now. Well done, Missy. Over you go. Chalky, Razik, Chalky, Missy Goodwin.
Nice Wonga.
Missy.
Jean-Francois.
Leicester City here being tough to break down and forcing errors there from Aston Villa.
Thibaut. Up to Taylor. Moritz, who's making her 100th appearance in the league today. Big milestone for her as it's swung in. Really dangerous looking cross. It's dealt with by Leicester and further headed up by Kane.
What a cross from Moritz that was. Really dangerous area. And she's a player that's got a couple assists already this season. So she'll be one that they're looking forward to make those crosses in the box because they are really dangerous.
Keep going. Well played, Blues. Up we go. Lee,
Patton.
Chantel. Come over.
Grant.
Lovely feet there from Grant.
Wilms back to Grant. Manages to keep it in play and back with Patton.
Hannah. Come on, come on. Coming across, Julie.
Nice Wonga. Nice Wonga, nice through ball. Here is Hansen. Off late to Nice Wonga. Nice Wonga with a shot. Blocked again. Kane back to Neville. They're starting to find their feet a little bit here now, Aston Villa.
Absolutely. And I really liked how Nightswanger there just drifted into that midfield, and it caused problems for Leicester because they didn't know who to pick up, and it caused a bit of confusion, and it ended up with it being a half chance. So really built something to build on there for Aston Villa.
Don't let the gap cross.
Taylor, oh, a little bit of a hesitation from her. And Shannon O'Brien has picked it up. And a nasty tackle there too, and it is going to be a yellow card for Miri Taylor.
I'd like to watch this again because where I was sitting, I thought she might have got the ball.
Well, it all came from that hesitation, unlike her. Plucked out by O'Brien.
No, clear foul, absolutely right decision from the referee there.
And the first yellow card of the game. And another opportunity for Leicester to pounce on this.
They'll be wanting to make this happen into a chance. Set pieces hasn't been one of their strong points, but they'll be looking to turn this around for this opportunity right here.
Tierney again stands over this. This time it looks like she's going to swing this in. Lehmann's made the run, square ball to Janssen. And Wilms and Hansen is in the way.
Good block there, but Leicester City were really probably hoping that they'll do more with that set piece. It's a good opportunity.
Here they come again, Tierney. Straight to the gloves of Roebuck. But a shot on target for Leicester.
Comfortable save in the end, but that shot on target might give Leicester a bit of momentum going into the latter stages of this first half.
And Roebuck is called to the referee. I think she might have something in her eye.
Yeah, she looks like she's pointing to her eye there, and her hand's just gone up to her face. So a little break in play here for both teams to have a regroup and see how this first half has gone too.
Well, she did well to catch that ball, considering there's something in her eye.
Absolutely, bad timing, really, isn't it?
And Natalia Arroyo will give her team something to work with. And she looks to be okay, Ellie Roebuck.
Yeah, and both teams just getting information from their managers. You can see Rick Passmore there just trying to get the information onto his team and help them through this next part of the half, because they'll be wanting to go into half-time with it either staying at this score or them being 1-0 up.
Well, Roebuck's going to continue in goal. They do have Sabrina D'Angelo on the bench to bring on if necessary. Has already played 13 times this season. Parker. Taylor. Patton. Wilms into Grant. Looks for Kendall, finds it. Smothered slightly, wiggled her way out. Here's Patton again.
A bit too easy there, I think, for Aston Villa to get out from that Leicester goal kick, from the Aston Villa goal kick, sorry.
Thumbs up from Chastity Grant. It's what she wants. A nice over-the-head ball. Leipzig just coming out, making herself big, and keeping this at 0-0. Thibault. Nice touch from Hannah Kane. Still with it, the Welsh international.
Yeah, Hannah Kane loves making those runs in behind. It's a real strength of hers. She got 3 goals in recent Nation League game as well, so she knows where the goal is. She'll be looking to find the goal again today.
Roebuck. Nice Wonga. Kendall's gonna win that foul on Janssen. Second time, she said, just making the referee aware.
Yeah, you can see that Leicester City are trying to get in those midfield battles and win the ball in that area.
Trying to slip through the line as well. Hansen making the run.
Let it in front, let it in front. Gotta work again, Elise. Go on, Elise. Good. Good work, Em. Pivot.
Patton.
Draw the line. all right. She's in front. Nobody shout. She's in front. Great work. Another player inside. Abo, well played.
Well, Rick Passmore is convinced that that is their ball.
Hard to see from here.
And Brian Sorensen, the former Everton manager, of course now on the staff with Natalia Arroyo for Aston Villa, having been sacked from Everton a few weeks ago, straight back into a job. Jean-Francois. Neville. Swaby. One back by Villa. Here is Jean-Francois on the counter. Kendall. Minutes to go before the break to find a goal. Nijswonga.
I think Aston Villa will be looking to get Kirsty Hansen and Grant into the game a bit more. They're really dangerous players for Villa, but at the moment they're being kept quite quiet.
Should have really scored last weekend against the league leaders. Grant hit the post. It's one back for them. Moritz trying to slip the ball through. Here is Hansen. Hansen skipped the goalkeeper. It's hit the side netting. Can you believe it? What a brilliant, brilliant opportunity for Villa to find the lead in this game, and Hansen can't believe it. And it stays at 0-0.
Yeah, just what we were talking about, finding Hansen that bit more, and look at that run in behind, just so dangerous, and that touch past the goalkeeper, and it was so close, just wide of the post. She'll be disappointed she didn't manage to squeeze that in. It's a tough angle, but a great opportunity there for Aston Villa.
Looking for her 10th goal of the season, Kirsty Hansen. Stepped up in recent times with Rachel Daly being a miss with injury, and now Leicester City on the attack again. Kane down the right-hand side, cuts her cross away. It's blocked initially as Moritz sends it out of play.
After what's been a quiet 36 minutes, the game's suddenly starting to spring into life, and Hannah Kane's dangerous down that right-hand side.
Finds Kane again. Kane again. Lehman!
What a goal from Alicia Lehman. Absolutely.
Lehman against her former club. Her first goal for Leicester City. And it's fantastic. Just before the break, Leicester 1, Aston Villa 0.
Absolutely. What a great cross that was. And Alicia Lehman just in the right place at the right time in that 6-yard box. And here we can see that running behind from Hannah Kane, cut back, and Alicia Lehman with that finish tucked it into that left-hand side corner, just underneath Ellie Roebuck there.
Well, it was coming. They had the pressure on.
Yeah, like we said, Hannah Kane with that running behind there, dangerous, dangerous runs to make, and a cutback is so hard to track, and a great finish in the end. Leicester will be happy going into the lead here.
And just before the break too, that must do the world of confidence for you. And the half-time talk, I guess, from Rick Passmore will completely change.
Absolutely, but these next 5 minutes are going to be crucial for Leicester City. You go 1-0 up, and it's something you have to do as a team, is protect that lead. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for the next 5 or so minutes leading into half-time.
So a bit of a reset for Aston Villa now. Got to find a response. And if Leicester could hold the win today, they would be moved off the bottom of the table with West Ham's heavy defeat yesterday against Arsenal. Nizwonga. Some room on the left-hand side. She goes back to Swaby.
Go back if you want. Stay on the ball. If you want.
You can hear the cries saying, stay on the ball here. Just Leicester City trying to keep possession for as long as possible and try and see out the end of this first half.
This is great. It's like getting a coaching masterclass. You don't normally get this level of insight.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have you worked with Rick Passmore before?
No, I haven't worked with Rick Passmore before, but I'm still in contact with some of the girls at Leicester City, and you know, from what they've said, it's and you know, Hannah Kane mentioned it in her press conference before, that there's a great culture and togetherness within the group, so that's something they'll be looking to lean on, and something that he's potentially brought to the squad since he's been in.
Joined at the start of the year. Rick Passmore had been at Leeds before that.
Win that header. Oh, go on, up again now, Sam. Can't let that happen midfield. Come on. Drop in, Missy. Well done.
Nizwonga.
Stay central.
It's like we've got a third commentator here, Colton, isn't it?
Yeah, he can come in any time he wants. This is great. Lehman again then, already ones at her name so far. Finds the path of Shannon O'Brien, their top goal scorer this season. Quick footwork from her at the byline, crosses it back, Lehman! Balls for Tierney. Doesn't want to shoot. And Goodwin picks it up.
Excellent feet from Shannon O'Brien down that right-hand side. Really tricky player to play against sometimes, and she found that space around the defender and managed to get the cross in. A dangerous moment there.
Just have it, keep it. Good feet, Missy, create that pocket. Ready for Alicia. Well played.
Leipzig. 3 minutes of normal time to go before the break. And if Leicester City were able to hang on to this lead, it would be huge going into the second half. Jean-François. Patton.
Chantal.
You can really see what Leicester City are trying to do here. They're trying to entice Aston Villa to play in those wide areas and then press at an angle where they can't come and switch the ball across the pitch and jump on it and win the ball back. And it's been effective so far for Leicester City.
Taylor, Jean-François, Hansen, Grant making the run into the box. Moritz is there too, out to Nizwonga, cuts it back to Hansen. And can't keep it in, and a Leicester City goal kick.
Good defending there from Ashley Neville up against a really tough player there, and forcing a goal kick is a good result coming so close into the second half.
Yeah, a minute to go. You can see a little bit of frustrations coming out of this Aston Villa team. Hansen with a fantastic opportunity a few moments before the Leicester goal. Skimming past the keeper, just hit the side netting. And she can't really let that play in her mind coming into the second half.
Yeah, they've got some really dangerous players, Aston Villa, like you said, and Kirsty Hansen is definitely someone that they can turn it around, so they'll be wanting to keep her quiet.
Kendall Grant, lovely skip past Ale. Here's Chastity Grant, tug of the shirt.
That was lovely skill, wasn't it? Just a little nick pass and a run round the other side, and managed to draw the foul as well.
And a yellow card for Asmita Ale.
That touch there, oh, don't know if she meant it, but...
We'll say she meant it.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes of added time then in the first half. 2 minutes for Leicester to try and hang on to this lead. Villa, not a good record on the road either. They've lost each of their last 4 WSL away games, despite leading in 2 of those as well. But they find themselves a goal down. Wilms fires in, a header on by Patton, cleared further up by O'Brien. And a throw-in for the visitors. Moritz twisting and turning, gets away from Neville. Moritz with a cross in, cleared out by Swaby, further on by Kane. Jean-Francois picks it up on the edge of the area.
Great work.
Throw too.
Yeah, great work for Moritz down that left-hand side. Lovely little turn round. And to get the ball in the box, they would just be hoping to find someone to be on the end of it.
Nijswonga. Well, they've won a corner kick out of it. I do apologise if you heard any bad language there. Nijswonga. To Wilms. Grant. Nice back heel. Still with Grant. Out to Nijswonga. And straight up. And there is Leipzig, and there is the half-time whistle too. And at the break, it's a huge lead for Leicester City. Alicia Lehmann with the goal. Couldn't really miss from there, slotting it into the far corner against her former club. And could this be Leicester City's night? At the break, it's Leicester City 1, Aston Villa 0. So back here at the King Power, it is Leicester City in control coming into the second half. Just a 1-0 lead, Alicia Lehmann against her former club. But a big, big, big second half coming up for both these sides. As it stands, Leicester City would be off the bottom of the table in 11th. Level on points with West Ham, but a better goal difference of 1. And really, for Aston Villa, they've got to respond here. Alongside the Wales and Crystal Palace defender Josie Green this afternoon. What do you think these two sides would have said at the break, Josie?
I think for Leicester City, Rick Passmore, he'll be really pleased with the way his team started and played in that first half. So I think it would be a positive dressing room for him, much of the same. Really keeping compact in their units and making sure that they're tight and they don't concede early on. And then for Aston Villa, I think Natalia Arroyo, she'll want a bit more bite from her team, a bit more directness. See, can they get their key players into the game, like Grant and Hansen, and try and assert themselves into the game a bit more in this second half. They had some good chances, but they'll just need to capitalise on them.
Well, there has been a change, as you can see here. Ebony Salmon on the ball, and it's Miri Taylor, who was on a yellow card, who's made her way off at the break, and Salmon immediately getting the better of her defender, and now here is Jean-Francois inside the box. Back with Salmon. Slight poor touch from her, but fresh legs for Aston Villa.
That was great skill down the right-hand side, a little touch round her defender there and got the ball into the box. Positive start from the sub.
Winning a corner early on too with Kirsty Hansen.
Aston Villa, I think, are the second best team in the league at scoring from corners, so they'll be looking to capitalise on this now.
And another attacker on the pitch in Ebony Salmon. Already 3 goals to her name. Wilms, it's played in to the near post, back in, and it's in! Anna Patton with an equaliser for Aston Villa, and it's come from another corner. Leicester City 1, Aston Villa 1.
And you can see in-swinger corner there to the front post, and it just snuck in that near post area. Here we go, that in-swinging corner and that front post area, and a little touch there. I think it was Anna Patton, just slid it underneath Janina Leitzig. Aston Villa will be absolutely over the moon with how they've started this second half.
That's exactly what they were after. A response immediately in this second half, and it is game on. It's her first goal in the WSL this season for Anna Patton, and it's a vital one.
And just what we were talking about, dangerous from the corners, and a superpower that they've used this season and been relying on, and something that can really make a difference to teams at the bottom half of the table. And what a start from Aston Villa this second half.
Yeah, so now Leicester City are back at the bottom of the table. And more work to do for Rick Passmore. Had a bright first half, and now immediately back under pressure.
As a player, those first 5 minutes coming out from second half are just crucial, and it's a time where you really just want to steady and make sure you minimise chances, so they'll be disappointed with how they've come out this second half, Leicester City.
Nice play with O'Brien. Here is Kane. Hannah Kane can't get her cross off, Nijswanger in the way. Neville, short throw into Tierney, back with Neville. Crosses off in the box, 2 hands up for Roebuck though. I see Goodwin almost in the way, almost finding her head.
Safe, easy catch there in the end for Roebuck. She made it look easy anyways, and Leicester will be looking to get more crosses into the box, I think.
Yeah, the goal came from a cross in to find Alicia Lehman. Salmon finds a substitute again, Ebony Salmon. Nijswanger out to Hansen. Hansen with a shot, and off and wide. Good chance for Aston Villa. Hansen becoming increasingly frustrated
What a drive in there from Ebony Salmon. What a change she's made to this game so far. And you can see Jenna Knightswonger there drifting in from midfield, and Kirsty Hansen with the shot, and that's a position that you'll want to find her in, Kirsty Hansen. She's lethal from the edge of the box with that left foot of hers.
I'm sure she'll be wanting to find the back of the net today. Had a big opportunity in the first half. Couldn't find the target. Does have a rocket, though, in her locker if she needs it, as she wins that throw too. Salmon, too high for Grant, but here is Hansen on the left-hand side. Hansen, good interception, and it's Thibault with an outstretched leg. Another corner, though.
Yeah, great tackle there from Thibault. Just managed to stick a leg in at the air and went all the way with Hansen, who we know is very dangerous in directing those 1v1s.
And the cameras focus on Anna Patton, who scored a few moments ago with a cheeky back heel at the near post. Looking to do the same then here. Wilms delivers this in at the far post this time. It's over everyone. Bit of a disappointment for them.
You can see what Aston Villa are trying to do there. They're really loading that 6-yard box, crowding Janina Leipzig and trying to create some chaos, just like they did for that first goal where Anna Patton managed to get that touch on it at the near post.
Do you have signals or hand gestures or something to know what type of set piece it's going to be?
Yeah, they'll be knowing. They'll have practiced them on the training pitch throughout the week. And yeah, you have various signals: one hand up near post, 2 hands up far post, for example. It all makes a difference, so everyone's on the same page and they know where that ball's going to go.
O'Brien. Roebuck. Patton. Wilms.
Go on, Alzi! Go on, Alzi!
Salmon. Jean-Francois. On back by Leicester. Into Lehmann. Off late to Tierney. Good win. Foul one by Kirsty Hansen.
You can see with that substitution and Ebony Salmon coming on that Grant's now gone into that number 9 position a bit more. Oh no, they look to have maybe switched back. They have changed their game around. Kirsty Hansen does look to be on the left-hand side a bit more now.
Roebuck. Patton. And Salmon. Grant. Slightly too much on that. And the travelling Aston Villa fans given something to cheer about inside the second half. And another set piece for them here. Nijswonga plays it short, squared ball to Wilms. Forwards, finds the run of Hansen inside the box. No challenge really for Leipzig, down low, easy as you like.
Lovely short free kick there, causing problems in that space in between Leicester's centre-back and full-back area. They just left a gap there and Hansen ran right into it.
Back to timer.
Brent Passmore slightly quieter in this second half. After going ahead in the first, much more to cheer about. Pegged back though early on in this second half from Natalia Arroyo's Aston Villa side.
Let's go, come on. Don't worry, come on. Don't worry, come on. Drop Hannah Kane, drop Hannah Kane, drop Hannah Kane. You ready? At the back line.
I think he heard you there, started to pipe up.
Giving me a run for my money here.
Drop again. Go on. Step in, Sam.
Swaby chested down by Lehmann. Neville. Upfield to Sam Tierney.
Go on, Katie. Go.
Neville. Oh, have we cut his mics now?
Need people in the
Oh
box.
no, Boo's still here.
Go on, delete.
Kendall.
Next one.
Thibaut.
Here. And again, step in there.
Jean-Francois wins it back.
Strong tackle and great feet there from Jean-Francois.
Grant tries to shield it. Back with Jean-Francois. Off-blade to Moritz. Tries to skip past Neville. Not going to do that. And giving away a corner.
Good shoulder-to-shoulder battle there between Thibaut and Moritz.
Thibaut's had some vital interceptions today. Been really strong in the back line.
She's a player that, yeah, she likes to rely on her strength, Julie, and really likes to go shoulder to shoulder with players. She doesn't mind a physical battle at all.
Swung in there, near post. Exactly where that equaliser for them came from. Salmon picks up the recycled ball. It's away from Janssen, crosses in.
Out ball, out throw.
I think Neville's asking for that not to be a free kick there. I think she thinks it's a bit soft, but I do think she did catch her heels and go through the back of her. Right decision from the ref, in my opinion.
Back with Roebuck. Patton. Kendall. You're just not going to get past Ashley Neville. She has put in a big shift today.
They're having a good battle down that right-hand side, aren't they? Just a moment ago, Ash was asking for a free kick, and now she's only gone and won herself. So that's going to be interesting to see how it pans out going on in the second half.
Tierney into Goodwin. Neville. Kendall headed away. And now it will fall for Chastity Grant to run away with. Smothered by blue shirts though. Here's Hansen. Kirsty Hansen inside the box. Shoved.
Oh, is that a possible penalty shout there? I'm not sure.
Well, the referee, Stacey Pearson, doesn't think so.
Kirsty Hansen was shaking her head there. I think she thinks it was.
I'll have to see a replay of that. I thought it looked a little bit soft. And now Grant away. Down the right-hand side. Nobody in the box for Aston Villa, looking for some support here. Wilms.
The game getting a bit more stretched now. You can see Leicester City's defence just becoming a bit more wide open, and the gaps are beginning to appear between their centre-backs and their full-backs, and Aston Villa are looking to exploit these spaces.
Thibault.
Nice bit of skill there from Julie Thibault, just Cruyffing it and finding the pass. Difficult to do under pressure as well as a centre-back.
I guess they're being asked to do more and more of that though, with keepers playing out from the back, a lot more pressure on the back line.
Absolutely, it's a high-risk, high-reward game, but if you get it right, you can take a whole line out, maybe 4 or 5 players, and it can really put you on the front foot in attack. So it's something that you see teams are doing more and more these days, but it really does pay off if you can get it right.
And there will be a substitution shortly for Leicester City, and it will be Rachel Williams, who is ready on the sideline to come on. Another experienced head signed in January by Rick Passmore, formerly of Manchester United, of course. Patton. Grant. Salmon. Cross off. Blocked. Just about managed to keep that in.
Yeah, you can see Aston Villa really trying to exploit those spaces, like I said, between the centre-back and the full-back, and you had Swaby come out to the side there, and she won't be wanting to defend in those wide areas. She'll be wanting to stay nice and compact in the central areas. So you can see Aston Villa are really moving that Leicester defence around now.
So here comes Rachel. Oh no, she's going back to the bench for a moment, as Leipzig will go down, maybe draw some time for Leicester. She's putting her coat back on, so maybe she's not coming on here.
She was smiling at the fact as well, didn't she? I think she might know what's going on, and this looks like it could be a tactical decision from Rick Passmore here.
Well, we can have a look at the goals in this game. Leicester starting early on. Alicia Lehmann against her former club, Aston Villa. But then the visitors responding well in the second half. A Really nice back heel from Anna Patton to level it up. From a corner kick too, they've been so prominent from set pieces, and a chance for both these sides to reset again as Leipzig receives some treatment.
Yeah, they'll be looking to regroup, and there's been 15 minutes now into this second half, so I think Leicester will be looking to come out with a bit more bite and a bit more energy. They've gone a bit flat, I think, in this start of this second half, and you can see that goal really threw them. And Aston Villa have started the brighter team and have really capitalised on that.
So Rachel Williams still with a coat on. I think she probably is coming on. It's just going to take some time. And that is the backup keeper for Leicester City, Katie Keane. Hasn't featured for them yet, but Leipzig is back to her feet.
I think she looks okay, doesn't she?
Yeah, I reckon so. Bit of a tactical drop down. Nijswonga, far post this time, headed up by Thibault, further cleared up by the centre-back. Nijswonga back into play. Header on by Hansen, cleared by Tierney. Moritz. Parker, out of her position here.
Good tackle that from Ashley Neville, really strong.
She's a hard worker, isn't she, Ashley Neville?
Yeah, she absolutely is. She'll not stop running all day.
Here's Hansen, though. Some space now at the byline. Punched out by Leipzig again. And shoved off the ball by Alicia Lehmann. I'm not sure whether that ball stayed in at the byline.
Yeah, I saw a few Leicester City hands up thinking it would gone out of play, but you've just got to play on and track your runners and track your players and make sure that second phase doesn't turn into something more dangerous.
Salmon back with her. It's 5-on-3. Nice cross in to find Grant. Can't get her strike on target though.
Salmon's been really bright down this right-hand side, hasn't she? She's started to create things for this Aston Villa side and really trouble that right-hand side, well, that left-hand side channel of Leicester City's defence.
So here comes the substitution there. Missy Goodwin makes her way off. And Rachel Williams is finally able to make her way onto the pitch. A qualified plasterer as well, I believe. Born and bred in Leicester, though. She's come back to her hometown.
It's a shame she lives so far away. Could have some work done in my house.
I'm sure she'd travel for you. So another qualified pair of legs on the pitch for Leicester City as another corner makes its way in with Jenna Nijswonga. Oh, just over by Patton. She's already scored one from a corner today, down low. This one looking to go into the roof of the net, just over though.
Yeah, that in-swinging corner again, really dangerous front post area. And you can see what they're trying to do, hit Anna Patton. So dangerous from corners, and she flicks it just over the bar, and she's disappointed with that. She thinks she could have done better, but there's a great chance for Aston Villa.
O'Brien. Now it's a foot race with Lehmann and Parker. Parker just about manages to get it. Lehmann picks up the scraps and it's out. And will be a Villa throw.
Alicia Lehmann not happy with that decision, but I think it did just sneak out of play. And she got the last touch, so I think it's a right decision.
Yeah, it did look like it gone out. Of course, no VAR in the Women's Super League. Tierney. Neville. Forward in immediately, and too far for O'Brien to chase.
I think these latter stages of the game for Leicester City might be quite tough. They don't have too many options on the bench. You can see there you've got Olivia McLaughlin as an option to come on, but with a thin bench, they'll be looking to try and turn it around, but it'll be difficult.
Well, Wilms going to need some treatment here, I think. Looks to be in a little bit of in some pain.
Yeah, you can see O'Brien with a strong tackle there, and she's just landed on her back. A real painful one. Oh yeah, you can see real heavy landing there, but she looks to be okay.
Played nearly every minute this season since signing from Wolfsburg in the summer. Lynn Wilms. And a drop ball by referee Stacey Pearson. Wilms back to it though, straight away. Grant wins that. Away now, some room for Aston Villa to move. Here is Moritz. Nice through ball, looking for Salmon. And just away from her.
I think it was Swaby with a toe on it there, wasn't it? What an important touch on the ball that was, because she was through on goal there. And a great drive. What a through ball that is. And Ebony Salmon so close to getting on the end of that.
So another substitution for Leicester City. Janssen is coming off, been fairly quiet in this game, haven't really mentioned her too much. Does receive a round of applause from the Leicester City fans though, and Olivia McLaughlin makes her way on. Another summer signing from Rangers. Don't really have a stacked bench, Leicester. There's 3 academy products on the bench. Youngsters, 2 of them have never made their debut for the senior side. They're struggling with injury. And of course, it's worth mentioning that a regular since signing on loan, Sarah Mailing, can't play against her parent club, having signed from Aston Villa. So they're missing quite a few today, Leicester.
Yeah, that's an important one for them. She started every game since joining on loan in January.
Jean-Francois. And the referee's gonna pause play for a moment. Swaby being caught.
Is she holding her ankle there, I think? Just getting up though, it looks like a good sign. So hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Yeah, just shake that off. She does have strapping on her left knee too.
Oh yeah, you can see maybe a slight twist to the right ankle there, just as she lunged in to try and stop that shot. It's a painful one.
She's got to shake that off quickly if she can. Neville.
A real battle going on in the middle of the pitch there, isn't it, for those first and second balls. Just a foul in the end there, given away on Grant. I think it's just, yeah, Santini just in the back of her. But it's a good battle going on there, isn't it?
Yeah, these two sides very level. And really, the score probably is right as it stands, as Villa look to go into the lead for the first time. Patton back into the danger area. Tierney clears upfield. Balls for Wilms. And Nijswonga back with Hansen. And again, can't get past Neville.
Yeah, another great block there from Ashley Neville. You don't want to be giving away too many corners to this Aston Villa side, but you also don't want Kirsty Hansen running at you in your box, do you? So you would take a corner as a player, but they need to make sure that they defend this well. Especially Anna Patton. She's been really dangerous from set pieces and getting her head on those first contacts.
Right in again. Punched out by Leipzig. Salmon collects. Oh, through the legs of McLaughlin. Salmon again. Hits Neville. And Williams. Boots clear.
Yeah, Aston Villa looking dangerous on those second phases, aren't they? And that was great skill just to nick it through the legs of the Leicester City defender.
Neville with a late challenge on Nijswonga. She's going to receive a yellow card, mouthing she got the ball there, though.
Yeah, Leicester City players aren't happy with that decision. They're saying that she got the ball. Oh, she got a bit of the player, though, as well, didn't she?
I mean, she touched the ball, but a little bit late, maybe. Not happy with the yellow card, though. And Swaby, you think, struggling with that ankle. She's going to receive some treatment from it too, as Rick Passmore has to put on his glasses to read his tactics.
Yeah, this is just a challenge again where she injured that ankle, and it is a nasty one when you do roll them, and sometimes you just can't run them ones off. But she'll be getting treatment now, and I think the whole of the Leicester City team will be hoping that she can continue.
Missy Goodwin also with ice on her ankle. They don't want any more injuries, Leicester City, and she looks to be in some real pain. Chantel Swaby, as the medical staff are just assessing her ankle.
And Rick Passmore, he talked about luck in it, didn't he, in his press conference, and how Leicester City need a bit of luck, and this is something that definitely he's not going to be wanting to see and not going his way.
So Rosella Ayan getting ready to come on in replacement for Swaby, you'd think. He's been on the bench for the last 4 games, Ayan.
She's a player that can bring some real energy, and she's got a great turn of pace about her. So they'll be looking to use that and exploit space in behind the Aston Villa defence.
She is walking, Swaby, that is a positive sign.
A bit gingerly.
And so Ayan will replace her. So the rest of the players on the bench for Leicester, apart from the goalkeeper, are all youngsters. And these are all their injuries. You can see Rantala there, a long-term injury, another striker that they really could do with today.
Absolutely, Rantala. She's been prolific for Leicester since she's joined, and got a good amount of goals for them since she's joined. So that's a big miss for them for sure.
Williams onto Ayan, immediate impact from her. Here's Kane, through to Lehmann. Ayan.
Just a bit out of her reach there. They need to make these moments count in and around Aston Villa's box.
Chested down by Neville. Here she comes again, sends the cross in, looking for O'Brien, headed away by Patton. Wilms.
I think Anna Patton's going to have a sore forehead at the end of this game, the amount of first contact she's got.
Going to need a bigger mask. Leipzig. Patton again, straight down. Here is McLaughlin. Ale. And Thibault. Less than 10 minutes to go to find a winner. We feel the next goal will be vital. Jean-François. Patton. Wilms.
There you go, Kenny. Come on, run. Go with the player. Go with the player.
Still alive. Hannah Kane's got to deal with it. And then the referee does blow and wins the foul. Tierney. And it goes straight to Patton again. An upstretched leg by McLaughlin, falls back for Ale. O'Brien.
Nice little combination play there between O'Brien and Ale. Just looking to work it out to the other side and find those spaces in between Aston Villa's defence and midfield.
Here comes the cross in. And again, Roebuck is there from Hannah Kane.
Yeah, safe hands from Roebuck. Easy catch in the end for her.
Oh, and Villa now on the counter. Here is Hansen. Offside flag, stay down. Hansen through the legs of Leipzig. And finally, Kirsty Hansen has her goal. And that could be the winner for Aston Villa. Fantastic counterplay. Leicester City 1, Aston Villa 2.
What a fantastic run that was by Kirsty Hansen in behind. You can see it comes from Jean-François here, out to Ebony Salmon, and what a pass that is in behind. That is just unbelievable. And you just don't want Hansen in those positions, and she squeezes that ball just under Leipzig. A left foot, wand of a left foot, squeezes it through the legs of Leipzig and into the goal. She's going to be over the moon with that.
Well, Aston Villa move above Brighton now in the table. And as the cameras focus on Ebony Salmon, because that was a fantastic assist from her. Fresh on as a substitute in the second half, and she certainly made her impact in this game.
An absolute peach of a ball, wasn't it?
Here we go then, 6 minutes to hang on to this lead for Aston Villa. Couldn't find the back of the net last week against the league leaders, but they certainly made up for it today as Grant shakes off that head collision. Medics are going to be forced to come on though.
We talked about that pace of Aston Villa's forwards, didn't we? And how their key players, Grant and Hansen and, you know, Salmon, when she comes on, they've made such an impact, and especially in this second half, they've really ramped up their game, and it's paid off. They're now 2-1 up.
Oh, Kirsty Hansen, 10th goal for her.
And we're just looking at it again here now. We can see this absolute beauty of a ball. So difficult as a wide player to weight that in behind. And Kirsty Hansen doesn't even have to break her stride here. And with her pace, gets in behind Neville and just slides it under Leipzig, who I think will be slightly disappointed with that.
I was going to say, you never really want to be nutmegged, do you? Especially if it leads to a goal. But Leicester looking for a response now then. Falls to Salmon. Boots clear, get that ball out of the area. They've got 4 minutes of normal time to hang on to as Hansen battles with Leicester's defenders and wins a foul from it.
Yeah, great play there from Kirsty Hansen. She's so strong holding up the ball. You want to stop her getting in behind and stop those transitions. So it's a foul that, as a defender, that you want to be making.
And for Leicester now, it gets even tougher. They remain back on 9 points with this scoreline, back at the bottom of the table. Haven't got long to save their season. Hansen, out to Salmon. And booted clear by Ale. This is Aston Villa's 10th corner of the game. Leicester City have had none. Wilms at the near post, Jean-Francois over the bar.
Yeah, another corner there, like you said, 10 corners in one game for a team that's so good at them is not something you want to be facing. And I think could be looking like it's the difference in the game today, that corner that they scored to get them back in the game. It just shows you how important they are in the game nowadays.
A substitution for Aston Villa. Just their seconds. Chastity Grant is going to make her way off to a round of applause from the travelling Aston Villa fans today at the King Power. An 18-year-old Rachel Mulvey, who only signed her first professional contract with the club back in March last year, makes her way on. They've got 2 minutes to hold on.
You'll think they'll be throwing everything in the kitchen sink to try and get a point out of this game. They've done well for the majority of the game. It's just those small moments that they switched off. So you'll think they're really trying to go for it with the last couple of minutes left of this game.
Patton. Parker. Through to Maltby. Thibault.
I think they're screaming for her to come out the other side and go back to the goalkeeper there rather than getting stuck down that same side.
On to Maltby then. Fresh legs. Nobody is there inside the box. Jean-Francois. Wow, 9 added minutes.
Wow, where has that come from, please?
I don't know why it's 9 minutes. We had Swaby go down, Leipzig, but... well, positive news for Leicester, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. 9 minutes to get themselves back into this game and try and rescue a point.
McLaughlin. Forward for Ale to latch onto.
I don't know if Leicester has scored more than one goal in a game, have they? So they're going to really try and have to dig deep and find something here.
They are on their worst run. Ayo looking to keep that in, runs it out for a corner. It's gone for a goal kick instead. This will be their 5th consecutive loss at home for Leicester if they can't find an equaliser in the next 8 minutes. Hansen dragged down by Tierney.
Not happy there. Having some choice words between those two. She's such a difficult player to stop, isn't she, Kirsty Hansen?
Kendall. Tierney gets the better of Salmon, who's moved into a more central role now up top. Maltby finds Salmon again down this left-hand side, looking to add another goal to their tally. Salmon! Leipzig, right place, right time.
Yeah, but that was a great move from Salmon, wasn't it? Just driving in there on her right foot, cutting inside, sending the defender the wrong way and getting her shot off. But it was just two in the line of Leipzig and an easy save for her in the end.
They can't relax yet though, Aston Villa. Still 7 minutes of added time to go to hang on to this lead. A crucial lead, they're up to 8th above Brighton. Tierney. Ayan. Kane. Forward onto the darting Neville, it's too far. Out for a goal kick. Roebuck.
Let's go again. Hey, let's go. Centre the pitch. Ross, just half and half where the ref is. Half and half. Go on then.
Nice Wonga.
Over the top. Win against Sam. Turn, Ross.
Ayan.
Down the side. Our ball. Let's go again. Get the ball. Too late. Not too far.
Neville again wins that.
Aston Villa will be happy just keeping it in this corner. There'll be a no rush.
Passmore calling for calm from his team.
Left back.
Tierney. They've got to do something here, Leicester. They've got to find a moment. Lehmann.
A lot of action going down this Leicester right-hand side. You just wonder if you switch it out to the other side, will they find a bit more space?
And runs all the way out for a goal kick.
Frustration there on the Leicester City players' faces, and I can understand why.
Started brightly. Lehmann scoring against her former club in the first half. going down so early on in the second, do you think that put them on the back foot maybe a little bit? Leicester City took them by surprise.
Absolutely, I think it stunned them, and their whole team talk would have changed if it would have happened before half-time, wouldn't it? And credit to Aston Villa, they've been fantastic this second half, haven't they? They've really come out, all guns blazing, and a whole team from back to front have really worked hard to get back into this game. You've got the defensive line have been solid all the way up midfield and through into the forwards, who have created and got them back into this game, and now they're 2-1 up. So Natalia Arroyo will be absolutely ecstatic with how her side is done coming out of that half-time.
Tierney. Lehmann latches onto the loose ball. Into Ayol, back to Lehmann. Blocked by Jean-Francois.
Oh, what a 1-2 there, and that was a good chance. Alicia Lehmann, we know she can hit them from in and around the box.
Oh, and now Maltby's away. Still with Maltby, pressuring with Neville, and of course, Neville wins it back.
Touch right, touch! There we go, there we go! Next one, keep it in!
McLaughlin, bit of room for her now. Immediately won back by Kendall though. Through to Hansen. He's got Salmon running into the box. And it looks like she's going to take this to the corner and try and waste as much time as possible.
Absolutely, great game management there from Kirsty Hansen. With a minute left on the clock, that's what you want from your forwards. Slow the game down, keep it in Leicester City's half, away from your goal as long as possible.
Looks a bit tired, Kirsty Hansen. Puffing and puffing. I guess she would be, really, having run around for 90 minutes.
She's done her part today, hasn't she?
She absolutely has scored the winner for them. By the looks of it, less than a minute to play. And the pressure for Leicester and that man, Rick Passmore, grows ever more. Down the flanks for Lehmann. Roebuck. McLaughlin. Kendall. And Maltby. Salmon. Jean-Francois. And there it is. Aston Villa get the job done on the roads. After recent frustrations away from home, that's a big 3 points and a much-needed return to winning ways. Anna Patton scoring the equaliser for them early on in the second half. Fantastic back heel, but for Alicia Lehmann, who did so well against her former club, firing in the opener. Before Kirsty Hansen running onto the loose ball. Fantastic assist from Ebony Salmon to fire it through the legs of Leipzig. Clinical when it mattered. They capitalised on a Leicester side still searching for consistency near the bottom of the table. It's finished Leicester City 1, Aston Villa 2.
Our next home game will be played on Sunday the 29th of March. That's next weekend against Brighton and Hove Albion. The kick-off will be at 3 p.m. in the Barclays WSL.
So a big 3 points, Josie, for Aston Villa on the road, back to winning ways after not finding the back of the net last weekend. Picked up a big point there, but they've made it all 3 today.
Absolutely, and they've built on that momentum from the point against the league leaders last week. Got 3 points today. A rocky first half, you must say, but came out in that second half and really took the game to Leicester. And Natalia Arroyo, like I said earlier, she's going to be so pleased with how her team came out. You can see that smile on her face there, congratulating her players for that result and taking those 3 points home.
It's a big 3 points for them. They're up to 8. They're level with both London City Lionesses just above them and Everton, who are 6th. So really, they are now looking up the top of the table, and a big 3 points for them on the road at the King Power this afternoon. So we can have a look at some of the stats from the game. And again, you can see there Aston Villa with the most shots, but really only 3 on target, and you'd think maybe they could convert some more of them, but then they're missing the likes of Rachel Daly, their number 9 striker, Kirsty Hansen, having to step up, along with Chastity Grant. And overall, the most accurate too in terms of passing and the key passes. And these are some of the highlights from the game. Villa starting brightly, an early chance for them. A nice through ball slipped in to find Kirsty Hansen, who skipped past Leipzig and couldn't quite find the target.
Yeah, that was a great run from Kirsty Hansen, touch around the goalkeeper and just wide of the post.
Leicester then coming down once more. Kane with a nice back heel, and Lehmann is there. Bottom corner, set up brilliantly. Her first goal for the club.
Yeah, lovely run here from Hannah Kane, getting in behind the defence, and the cutback pinpoint to Alicia Lehmann, who tucks it into that bottom corner, just underneath Ellie Roebuck.
And then Villa responding really well. Really cool back heel from Anna Patton at the near post. An equaliser just after the whistle blew for the second half.
A dangerous in-swinging ball there, and a deft touch from Anna Patton to nestle it in that bottom corner.
And Salmon, the substitute at half-time, making immediate impact for her side. Really lively down the right-hand side. Fell for Hansen, who had a really good strike. Fell just wide.
Yeah, a nice swung in there inside to Kirsty Hansen on her left foot, and it just squeezes past the post.
Coming again, though, in the second half. Just over again by Anna Patton. Can't believe that.
So close from Anna Patton, just over the bar there.
And then a fantastic assist from Salmon for Hansen, who finally gets her goal through the legs of Leipzig. And she is delighted with that, the winner for Aston Villa.
And what a peach of a ball here from Ebony Salmon over the top. Pinpoint, Kirsty Hansen doesn't break her stride and nestles it just underneath Janina Leipzig.
You can see Ashley Neville here fall to her knees as it falls into the back of the net. But for Rick Passmore, it's back to the drawing board for Leicester City as they regroup and have to go again. They've got 5 fixtures left to save their season. Of course, it's not immediate relegation, it will be a playoff. But they've got Brighton up next, London City, Arsenal, Chelsea and Everton all to play before the end of the season. What is this man, Rick Passmore, got to do? What have Leicester, how are they going to save their season, Josie?
You saw glimpses of it today. I mean, in moments, they pressed well together, won the ball back and had some good spells of the game, but it's tightening up in those small moments from set pieces and switching off with that. It was a beautiful ball, wasn't it, over the top from Ebony Salmon, but they're going to be really disappointed with that, but they really do just have to take the positives out of the game today. And I thought they battled well in some areas, but it's just making sure that they're consistent with that 90 minutes. It's really difficult to do with the squad depth that they've got, but they're going to have to find it from somewhere.
Yeah, a lot of injuries for Leicester, and of course we saw Goodwin and Swaby limp off with ice on their ankles, another 2 to add to the physio room. But for Aston Villa, they're up to 8th, big 3 points for them. And you can see what it means with manager Natalia Arroyo. Very different scenes we're seeing here between the two sides, though.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the joy on the Aston Villa faces and the real disappointment on the Leicester City faces. They'll feel like they've really missed a chance there because they were in the game for large parts of it. But yeah, you can see Ebony Salmon there. What a substitution that was.
And player of the match too, to take home that trophy. Vital in the second half. 2 thumbs up from her manager.
Yeah, she's pleased with what she's done today, isn't she?
And we can hear from the player of the match with Jo Curry.
Well, Ebony, you just told me that you're exhausted, but congratulations on the victory. It looked like Leicester really made you work for it, but you're taking 3 big points back to Birmingham, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely. I think we knew this wasn't going to be an easy game. We're both fighting for something in the league, and yeah, the first half didn't go how we wanted it to, but we managed to turn it around in the second half and take home the 3 points.
As you say, the second half was a much improved performance. I'm sure it's no coincidence that is when you came onto the pitch. That's what we're going to say anyway. But what did Natalia say to you at that point about what she wanted to see from you when you stepped onto the grass?
Yeah, she just wanted me to go 1v1, trust myself and create chances for the team, and I think I was able to do that when I came on.
I was going to say, was it a happy team talk? But that's happening behind you right now. But as a team, how much relief are those 3 points?
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's a happy team talk. We got the 3 points. Again, it wasn't an easy game, but the aim of today was to get 3 points, and it doesn't really matter how the game went for us. We managed to do that.
You're up to 8th. You're level with Everton in 6th. 4 games to go. What more can this team deliver this season?
Yeah, I think we know the season hasn't gone the way we wanted it to so far, and I think with the games left, we just know we need to push on, pick up as many points as possible and climb the table as much as we can this season.
Well, look, I know you're tired, but I hope it was worth it because you are the Barclays player of the match. Well done.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Player of the match, Ebony Salmon with Jo Curry, and deserved really. I mean, Jo mentioned it there, but a fantastic second half for Aston Villa, and no coincidence that is when Salmon came onto the pitch. And we can have a look at the other results this week. Arsenal 5 against West Ham at the Emirates Stadium. London City Lionesses finding a late equaliser against Chelsea. Manchester City 5, Tottenham 2. Manchester United 2 past Everton, who did get 1 back in the end. And it was 0-0 earlier today between Brighton and Liverpool. And here, Aston Villa finding a winner late on against Leicester City. So this is what the table looks like then. Manchester City still 8 points clear in top spots. Manchester United just below them. Chelsea a point below in 3rd, and Arsenal 2 points below with Tottenham, Everton, London City. Aston Villa up to 8th, level on points with 6th and 7th. And then you've got Brighton, Liverpool, West Ham and Leicester City, who stay on 9 in that relegation playoff spot.